I am a right-wing liberal. I'm a musician. I'm a good person.
Yeah, this is what we're dealing with today. So first of all, what is a right-wing liberal? I've never even heard of that before. Like, you like having personal liberties, but you like it when Papa Bezos abuses us too? Or what does that mean? First of all, pick one of those. You can only have one. Second of all, if you have to defend yourself, you've already done something wrong and you know it.
And I should not feel afraid to say that. This is not a political video.
You know what? He's right. It's not a political video because he doesn't understand politics.
This is me speaking honestly about my experiences given my profession and my beliefs.
So this right here is some Ben Shapiro stuff. This is what you call a dog whistle. It is how to be racist without actually being racist. Or like, so they think anyways.
To emphasize, this is my point of view, and a point of view that's probably shared by a lot of people, and this does not necessarily represent the fullness of reality.
Mighty big of you to admit that already, but...
This video will not be about any of my beliefs or the beliefs of the right wing of any nation.
Hold up, didn't you say at the beginning of this video, the very first thing you said was that you're a right-wing liberal?
This video is to help other musicians and entertainment professionals feel comfortable in their own skin.
This is a tactic that Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Steven Crowder, Tim Pool use all the time. They're trying to make you feel like it's okay for having racist beliefs.
This video is to show that it's okay to like people even if they were raised differently than you or believe something different than you.
I can also agree with this, which is why I choose to call people out when I know they can do better.
I have friends from various areas of the political spectrum, and our politics are not why we're friends. Thank God.
Again, that is because you don't understand politics.
I do not think musicians need to talk about their politics.
Well, like, obviously you do if you're making this video, right?
But I think there is a need for a video like this. As critical as I can be, I have always wanted this channel to be a place where people of all beliefs can gather safely together.
Isn't it kind of funny how conservatives always cry about liberals being the snowflakes, but then they'll openly talk about how they only want safe spaces?
And feel comfortable expressing themselves honestly and in good faith.
Then why don't you do that?
I talk about personal responsibility and accountability.
Which is also why he doesn't outright state his beliefs.
I haven't taken great lengths to hide my politics from anyone.
Except for the part where you just don't state them out loud.
But I also haven't gone out of my way to shout it from the rooftops either.
If this whole video is about sticking to your political beliefs, then why don't you say it with your chest? Why are you constantly tiptoeing? It's almost like you're about to bring something up that's extremely racist.
I'm a believer that music is a unifying force before it is a dividing one.
Then don't make political music.
Me shouting my political beliefs from the rooftops does next to nothing to change people's minds, and especially not change their heart.
You know what? He's right again. You don't need a political label to be a racist.
They blur the lines between policy and what it means to be a decent human being. They blur the lines between state decree and being charitable and kind to your neighbor.
Again, this is a you problem because you don't understand politics. You are self-reporting.
I am sick of the exaggeration and the lying, especially lying about what we know to be absolutely verifiably true versus what we are told by second and third hand sources.
God, I would have loved to see this guy in his Q phase. That shit had to be so wild.
As someone who is absolutely not a communist, I'm told that I should hate communists and that I should be afraid of them. Meanwhile, in real life, I can get drinks and break bread with them.
1, I don't believe you. 2, that is a ridiculous way to fucking say it.
As someone who doesn't hold default Democratic Party positions,
if you don't hold Democratic Party positions, then you're not a liberal.
I'm made to feel afraid to state publicly that I disagree.
But that's what you're doing right now. It's almost like you weren't afraid and you just wanted to look like a victim.
Being blackballed in the music and entertainment industry for being conservative is a very real thing. I'm not a conservative.
First of all, why is it gotta be black? Huh? Answer me that. Second of all, if you're not conservative, then you're not being blacklisted.
But I have some positions that overlap with conservatives.
So why are you still talking?
When I made my response to Adam Neely's CRT video, first and foremost, I was not even close to the best representative of my own position.
You say that like you are now, but I'll let you cook for a minute.
I wish I would have taken more time, done more thorough research, and clearly and specifically retorted all of those points that he made.
So what, you made a CRT video not even understanding what it is, and that's your excuse?
But more importantly, I can't tell you the number of YouTubers and musicians who messaged me directly, some of whom I had never spoken to before, who thanked me for saying something.
That's right, guys. He's a conservative white knight, and don't you dare make fun of him for it, because he will cry about it.
Again, blackballing is a thing, but it's not something I've experienced firsthand. So why am I, and so many other right-leaning musicians, afraid of speaking out loud about our political beliefs?
Because your political beliefs are racist dog whistles, and everybody knows it.
But we're told by outlets that cater to the right wing that the right wing is being silenced and there's going to be dramatic consequences if you speak out. Simultaneously, we're also highly encouraged to speak out.
That is because conservative and conservative media are always trying to put themselves on a platform in which they are the victim.
We don't know who in our private or professional lives we can vent to about this stuff.
If you feel shame about your political beliefs, you need to educate yourself.
Or if we're overly direct about it in our art, we risk alienating at least a portion of our audience.
So you yourself also agree that you yourself are not good at grifting people.
Where is the release valve? Who do we come to with these concerns?
So I thought people were going to you for help.
What's really to be gained from taking a stand?
Whoa. I thought this was about sticking to your political beliefs and not getting something out of it.
But then you gain a brand new audience, an audience that likes you for confirming their political beliefs and not your music.
If that wasn't what you wanted, you wouldn't have made this video in the first place.
If you change your mind on a political position or say something that your audience assumed you agreed with them on, but then there's this drastic dissonance that comes in, they'll probably abandon you. And you've already been abandoned by the left, so everyone hates you.
You want so badly to be a victim that I almost can't believe it, honestly. This is absurd.
And you'll be forced to sacrifice your morals by saying things you don't believe anyway.
What he's trying to say is he has racist, ignorant beliefs, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it, brother.
When you have to balance between making something your audience love and also living out your morals and values, it gets confusing very quickly.
This man is really out here self-reporting that he is a grifter and that it's hard for him.
Especially for someone as opinionated and outspoken as I am.
Again, you haven't shared them though because you know that they're awful takes.
The compromise that I have found is allowing my character, grounded in my morals, to shine through my work.
You know, this is the kind of video somebody would release before some really awful news about them comes out.
Whether that's in a video or it's in a song, I do my best to do the most good for the most people and to try and speak to something deeper than the raging political discourse that is blowing up on the surface of everything.
I've never seen someone put themselves so high up on a pedestal before.
And never forget, efficacy is just important a measure of doing good as the intentions are.
That's right. This is an ad for a song that he wrote about how if you're mean to him, he won't listen to you.
That song sprang from a duality of anxiety and self-doubt. I was feeling particularly glum about the state of the country. I had just made a video explaining why I think black metal is trash. I also was struggling with the new event in my life, which was working from home by myself for myself.
He said it. Being a YouTuber is hard. What a uniquely hyper-conservative capitalist thing to say, that you don't enjoy owning the means of your own production.
But I also poured my political grievances into the lyrics.
This man's entire personality and catalog is about conservative victimhood, and yet he still complains that if he speaks out, he's gonna be blacklisted.
Adam Neely injecting CRT into music was my line.
The only people that don't want to talk about critical race theory are the racists.
I had been studying up on critical theory, its different offshoots and progenitors for quite some time before that.
Did you hear that, guys? He's an expert on the subject. He doesn't even need any citations. That is how smart he is.
In my view, critical theory is a net negative. I said so in the video. I still stand by that statement, but I let it go.
He said and lied, and also he was wrong.
Really what we should be doing is building our fortresses strong.
Conservatism is under attack, and you need to help this man.
It's not courageous to build a business on chasing the latest political outrage.
Once again, mighty big of him to admit that about himself, considering he made a CRT response video to Adam Neely, but okay.
Stand your ground.
Hello, you interested in a stand ground brace? Oh, wow, it's you! Stand ground, bro!
I have too many friends and acquaintances who don't know how to navigate this space.
You don't know how to navigate this space either.
And there's way too many very loud radical zealots who are unwilling to listen or show compassion.
I highly suggest you write a script next time.
So this is my stand I'm taking. You can be right-wing, and be a good person. I happen to be both.
God, he is so obliviously unself-aware of himself. It's crazy. You are putting yourself on a pedestal, and other people have to say that about you in order for it to be true. So I actually didn't know about this guy till last night when this popped up on my feed, and I kind of wish I had never seen his content to begin with now. After watching some of his content, it doesn't really seem like he has any critical thinking skills. The points seem to go over his head most of the time. He's just repeating Daily Wire talking points. There's really no reason for this guy to be injecting his political beliefs into music and then touting it like he's a victim. Anyways, that's about it for this video, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I have more content on the way. Thank you.